All right, well, step one for any project is going to be write your name on the back. So I am going to write my name on the back and my class code. And then flip it over. We're going to create our wild creature. And the nice thing about our wild creature is that it's totally made up and it's wild and crazy and cool. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make an environment for our wild creature to live in. So we're going to have a nice big piece of blue paper for the sky. And then we're going to have this strip of green paper, and you're going to tear it. And you can tear it up, and you can tear it down, and you can tear it up and straight. Now you have a nice hill here. And there's a nice grassy area for your wild creature to stand on. We're going to be using liquid glue. Be sure you screw it all the way down. And then, if it's got a little glue booger, pick its little nose. Make sure that you pick its nose. That way it can breathe. And if it can breathe, it will give you glue. Then, put glue on the green that you are gluing down. That's plenty right there. And glue it down to the bottom. Because our grass is not going to float somewhere in the middle. It's going to be at the bottom where grass belongs. Now we're going to create our wild thing. Now last time we made a bunch of different papers. Some of you guys made texture papers and they look fabulous. I cut them in half and then I'm just going to spread them out all random so you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Doesn't matter if your name is on it or not because we're mixing them all up so we can all share in the fabulous textures that you made. And some of you also marbleized paper too, so we have these papers that we can work with too, these secondary colors here. So you're going to take some papers and you're going to pick some papers out and you're going to create the body. Now your body can be a shape, it could be a rectangle, but that's a little bit boring. I think I want my body shape to be an oval. So I'm going to cut the corner off, cut the corner off, cut, and cut the corner off. Now that's a little bit pokey there, a little too pointy, so I'm just going to cut that off, round that off by cutting it. Now I have a beautiful oval for my wild creature body. I think I want him to have a tummy. So I'm going to choose, I'm going to look through the papers I have here, and you know what, this tummy is really just, it's telling me, make me a tummy. And I want my tummy to be a circle. So I'm going to cut this into a square. And I want to get as much of this cool paper as I can. So there's a square, and then I cut the corner, cut the corner, cut the corner, cut corner, cut the corner, cut the corner, cut the corner, cut a 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 corner. What do I have here? It's a circle. It's a beautiful circle that I can put inside my wild creature's body for its tummy. And I'm gonna put glue on my circle. I'm going to do a line of glue. Whoop, just like that. And put it down. Now I need some legs for my wild creature. And I need to find some cool paper for my legs.
Teachers, may I have your attention? Please hold your authorities and do them in your class for about another 15 minutes. Thanks.
I think these are going to be my legs. And I want them to be the same size and same shape. So I'm going to fold my paper in half. And I'm going to cut a rectangle. Actually, I'm going to cut a rectangle here. And then I'm going to cut another rectangle so that I can make knees while still making shapes. And there are my legs. I need some feet now. And I want my feet to be the same. So I fold this in half. I'm going to have my feet be triangles. So, as you can see here, I have a square, and to make a triangle, I just cut the corner. And there's my triangle. And then I can use my triangle for my feet. And I've got some wild feet. I'm going to start gluing that together a little bit. Now, for little joints like this that aren't very big, a dot of glue will do. But for big spaces, you need a big line of glue. Dot of glue. Dot of glue. Dot of glue will do. Dot of glue will do. Let's see. Dot of glue will do. Dot of glue will do. I need my head. And I want to find a really good wild creature head. And I think my wild creature head is going to be green. That's a pretty good green right there. And my wild creature head is going to be, I think it's going to be a diamond shape. So to make a diamond shape, I just cut it as a square and put it on a corner like that. And then I have a diamond shaped wild thing head. And now I need arms. We're going to have these kinds of arms. And I think I'm going to have, actually, I am going to have arms. I'm going to have these kinds of arms. I want two kinds of arms that are the same kind. And this time I'm going to make a zigzag line. By cutting triangles. And now I have two arms. And those are some wild creature arms. You want to make sure that your creature stays on your page. So if your arms are long enough that they can go off the page, just kind of move them so that they stay on the page. There we go. And the last thing that I want my wild thing to have is hair. So I'm going to cut triangles because I want him to have some wild orange hair. I'm just cutting triangles off the side of this to give him this pointy hair. And then I'm going to tuck it behind here. There, it looks like he has pointy hair. Now he has pointy hair. And then you can take your oil pastels and you can embellish. So you can take your oil pastels and you can draw his face. And he's going to have big eyes. And they're going to be big yellow eyes. So I'm going to color him in yellow. And he's going to have a little nose. And he's going to have big smile with big terrible teeth. And to make big terrible teeth, I just draw triangles inside his mouth. And now he's a big smiling wild thing. And I'm going to add some eyeballs there, but I'm going to make them all silly like that. And then now that my wild thing is all made and I've colored in the face, I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue my wild thing down by making a line of glue around my wild thing. There we go. And then if you've got a little extra time and you want to, you can add some clouds into the sky. Or some flowers into the ground. We can just do that with some oil pastels. And there is my wild thing in a wild place, my little wild creature. Now I'm gonna